I'm doing another video for you guys. This video is going to be about makeup for glasses. I don't remember if I did this video already and I just never uploaded it, or if I never did this video, or if I mentioned it in another video. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So I'm just doing it again. And if I did it already, sorry so much, I guess. But, I wear glasses. I'm blind. Very blind. These are my glasses. And I am very, very blind. I have glasses for up close and far away. I just switch them out. I don't know what the glasses are right now though. But a lot of people change up their makeup, or they're wondering how they should do their makeup when they wear glasses. So one thing that you need to do, I know that Encore did a video on this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You need to look at the frame of your glasses, because that's going to affect your makeup almost. Worry about what you see in the glasses and not so much what is on the outside. So like this area is kind of magnified, so you want to make sure you conceal your under eye circles all the time. Make sure you conceal your under eye circles. And then another thing you want to do is make sure that your eyebrows look very, very groomed. If you need to fill them in, because they frame your face and they're going to frame your frame. So you need to make sure that this eyebrow area is really nice. Now, as far as the actual eye makeup goes, it depends on your preference, I guess. I am a big lash fanatic. I love my lashes, and I play up my lashes so much, especially when I'm wearing my glasses. I don't wear contacts or anything like that. Sometimes I just walk around blind. But when I'm wearing my glasses, I love to play up my lashes, because I think that, especially for my prescription, when I'm wearing my glasses for up close, it makes my eyes look bigger. So it makes my lashes look more dramatic. You want to make sure that you're using a good mascara, because the last thing that you want is people to see your eyes magnified and your mascara is all clumped up. So make sure you find a mascara that's really great for you, really great for your lashes, something that you're really comfortable with, that's not clumpy, or comb through your mascara with a comb or a spoolie or something, so that your mascara looks nice. Another thing that you want to focus on, especially if you're nearsighted, is it's going to magnify everything that's on your lid. So make sure that your makeup is really clean. So you want to make sure that your eyeliner is as perfect as it can be. Make sure that the lines are really crisp. I use liquid liner or gel liner with a brush. And make sure that your lines are really clean. Now, you can do really thick lines. You don't have to, do thin lines, because anything that you do is just going to look more dramatic. If you're going for more of a neutral look, I would opt for a brown eyeliner, because it's less harsh than a black eyeliner. And if you're not that good at perfecting your eyeliner skills, then the brown will look softer and less noticeable for mistakes. Now, as far as actual shadowing goes, matte shades is what a lot of people will tell you to use, because it's not as shimmery, and it draws not less attention to your eyes, but it's just not glitter everywhere. Don't use something that's overly glittery. But I think that matte shades and sometimes can look chalky, so it counteracts if you want to walk around with chalky eyes, or you want to walk around with shimmery eyes. I don't really change my makeup for my glasses. I wear whatever I feel like wearing that day. Now, if you want to make sure that when you use pigment, you pack it on really nicely. Use a good base, and there's no fallout, because you don't want fallout over your glasses. You don't want. I used to use this shadow before I knew what I was doing, and I was in junior high school using pigment, and it was all over my face and all over my glasses, because I was using it dry and it had so much fallout, and I wasn't packing it on good enough, and it was everywhere. It's a mess. So you want to make sure that if you're using loose shadows, or any shadow for that matter, you pack it on really nice. Use a good base, and you don't have fallout everywhere. That's another good tip. I do dramatic looks with my glasses, bright eyeshadow, because you know what, my glasses are going to draw attention to it. I have these, and I also have red frames, but I don't know if I have them over here. These are my other glasses, and these frames are red and really funky and wild, and I still wear dramatic makeup with them. I still do over the top out there, even though my frames are very wide and they are really bold on their own. I still do bold makeup with them. I don't think that you have to change your makeup for for your glasses. I don't think that you should be afraid to do bold looks combating your glasses. Now, I'm not saying it will work for everyone. Do what you're comfortable with. You can also use cream shadows. If you see my everyday look video, I do paint pots. I use paint pots as my shadow. And if you aren't comfortable using, powder shadows, if you're not quite good at packing on the color or something like that, I don't know, you can use cream shadows, and that will keep everything in place. But I think if you use a good base and blend everything out really well, then you're not gonna have excess. Like, I don't have shadow falling all over the place I don't have shadows all over the place when I'm walking around. If you wear glasses, these little pad thingies here on the inside of the glasses, when they hit here, you want to make sure that you use a product, a good, like, if you have really, how to put this, a good foundation or a good concealer if you're using it in this area, because you don't want it to like smudge off from your from the little pad thingies. And if you have wider frames, and when you smile sometimes it'll brush against the tops of your cheeks, and you'll get like a line there if you don't use a really good product or a really good base. So if you have to use a primer, use a primer. I don't use a primer. I just use minimal product, really, and something that make sure you set your liquid or cream with powder, so that everything stays in place where it is. Even if you just use a translucent powder. I use my CoverGirl. Where is it? Right now. I use CoverGirl True Blend Mineral to set my concealer under my eyes, and I put some here so that I don't get those little indentation, little thingamajiggies right there from the glasses. And I just make sure that everything is neat and clean on the lid. That's really what you want to make sure of. You want to make sure that your makeup is neat and clean, and that everything looks, like you took your time to do it. Don't just slap something on and then throw your glasses on and think it's going to look nice, because it's not. And don't worry about, like these frames are really big, so sometimes I think, oh my god, people aren't going to be able to see, my crease, and you can't see what's going on in the crease. But when people step back and they take a whole look at you, they see all of it. So you want to worry about mostly what they see through here, but you do also want to worry about the overall look. Just make sure, like I said, everything is nice and neat and clean. Do not, this is the one thing that I would recommend, do not line your waterline all the way into the corners when you're wearing glasses, because it tends to, unless you're wearing glasses for nearsightedness that enlarges your eyes, because it closes your eyes up, and when you line all the way inside and on the top and the bottom, it closes your eyes up. So you want something that's going to open your eyes if your prescription makes your eyes smaller. And if you do that, if you line all the way, top and bottom, your eyes are going to be really, really tiny and small. So even using flesh tone or white eyeliner on the waterline to brighten up your eyes and open up your eyes, if you have a prescription that makes your eyes smaller, so far-sighted people and nearsighted people, you might want to line all the way in if you want your eyes to look smaller. But it doesn't always, that doesn't always work. It doesn't always make that much of a difference. But when you're nearsighted, you have to remember that everything is magnified to the outside, and they're going to see everything that you do, so make sure everything is neat and clean. So those are my tips for makeup with glasses. So conceal and be neat, and do your brows. Those are my biggest tips for people wearing glasses, and I can't really think of anything else. If you have any questions, if I left something out, I probably did, just leave them down below in the comments. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.